wasn't really digging it, so he had to go back to playing funk, which is a foundational Black American genre. He had to go back to playing disco, which was a foundational Black American genre. You know, so we're talking about like rewriting history.
Yo, you hear me?
When you don't delineate that,
David Walker,
Sarnett is talking to you.
David Walker, Sarnett is talking to you.
I'm sorry. I see you, Sir.
Yeah, close it up. Close it up so we can move forward.
Okay.
I mean, who's preventing us from recognizing?
No, I was telling you to close out so we can move forward. We got to move on.
David Walker.
Yeah, I was done. I landed.
Okay, good. All right, let me bring on baby Chad in the building. Come on, let's go. I ain't gonna be calling no grown ass man baby now. Damn, you caught me off guard with that.
Come on,
Chad, let's go, Chad.
And then they get mad at me for calling them babies.
Yeah, come on, Chad, let's go.
Man, that's just my name, so I'll tell you.
I know, brother, I know.
No, I was just gonna say, I definitely think it's a generational divide too. I wonder if people notice that. I feel like younger people are kind of more pro being ethnic, having ethnic pride, and so I'm not a part of the FBA movement, but I do support fighting for reparations for our ethnic group as African Americans. And honestly, so I think a lot of the reason why you see a lot of Black Americans have pushback towards it is because they suffering from white supremacy, because white people have taught us as Black Americans that we don't have a culture, that we ain't important, that all we is a bunch of thugs and all this stuff. And so people start to believe that. So I think that the conversation, and I say this on this channel all the time, so you probably already know what I'm going to say, but there's a difference between race, nationality, and ethnicity. And I think the FBA movement is just trying to pump up having ethnic pride. So, I don't think a lot of African Americans are against Africans or diasporic Africans, because we understand that we all are Black people. We have a shared history. But us as African Americans, we just a unique ethnic group, and that's okay. Just like Jamaicans, just like Haitians, just like Trinidadians, et cetera, et cetera. Last thing I'll say, so I can close it out so other people can talk, is I just think it's strange that like all the stuff that our ancestors went through, that people aren't pro reparations for us. Like, we definitely deserve reparations. I'm from South Georgia. I have a document from my grandfather when he signed a Reconstruction oath that could literally prove that I'm an African American. So I don't think it's difficult to determine that. I don't think it's divisive. I just think it's a step in the right direction for that's all.
All right. I think this is a good thing right here. This is definitely a good thing right here, because I see a lot of young brothers in the building, and that's who we got to hear from. Let's hear from our brother Ngolo. But before Ngolo come on, I want to say that I was about to say I don't believe, but now I'm going to say I know our brother Tariq Nasheed, when he let them words come out of his mouth, FBA, I know he didn't know it was going to be this big. and once it became big like this, it's too late to stop it. Everybody's on board. Damn near everybody's on board with it. And I don't feel that he knew it was going to be this big, man. And that's one of the questions I got to ask him when he come on. So yes,
ask everybody to like the video. We've been on for a while.
Yeah, I agree. Like the video, fam.
Sarnetta's Cash App work, his super chats work.
Like the video, thumb up the video. Yeah, like the video, Reggie. Go ahead, Reggie.
We see all these ridiculous super chats and all these reductions, and they give no information. All they just do is tell their feelings. Now we're trying to give information, and we're trying to ask the FBAs, right? Come and show yourself, right? This is the opportunity, and this is just what we wanted, because we find out that they're not on code. But to our people, support your brother Sarnetta. Support your brother Sarnetta, because guess what? If anybody is going to do a debate on this FBA stuff and bring people to task, right? It's going to be brother Sarnetta, right? On a neutral platform, right? It's going to be brother Sarnetta, because he has a whole population of people who are Black nationalists and Pan-Africanists, and some FBAs and Hebrews, and some Christians, right? And you have your group, right? Help Sarnetta make some
And the link is in the chat, family. I support Red's speech right now. Okay, Angola, let's go, brother. Angola.
What's up, all the brothers, everybody in here? I'll just say, man, like, I mean, I don't think people have a problem with y'all creating y'all own identity as far as labeling yourself something. I just think it's the tactics y'all use in terms of being effective into what your mission is, accomplishing it. The things that I see y'all utilizing y'all time doing is not conducive to y'all's end goal or mission. And I would say to just get more serious. In terms of the whole culture conversation, this is a conversation that I have a lot of times with my contemporary African American brothers. When we speak about our culture, we minimize it to where it's always about some hip hop. It's always about the ancillary aspects of the stuff that we do. And when people say you don't have a culture, they saying, what are the marriage rights? What are the rites of passage? The functional aspects of culture that create continuity within communities. It's not having music and all the little ancillary entertainment things. Yeah, we got that. But as far as functional aspects of culture, we don't exhibit that currently. You could say we had aspects of it in the past, which we did.
Full of shit.
But again, when it comes to solidify functional aspects of culture, the reason why our communities are so infiltratable is because we don't have that strong aspect of sense of culture, that I would say. But that can easily be formed. All it has to do is people to come together and unite upon certain morality and precept that you have. But we gotta stop being so emotional and think everybody trying to attack from it, which a lot of people do. But even with any criticism, you could still take the good from out of any type of criticism and learn from it. Don't be emotional with it. But I'll yield the mic with that.
All right, let me move on over to brother Shabazz. Shabazz, what up?
What's going on? Peace to everybody on the chat. How y'all doing? I just want to say like one or two things. One, a lot of us don't have an issue with you trying to rebrand yourself with the FBA name or the label. That's not what most of us have a problem with. So whether you call it FBA, whether you call it delineation or whatever, yeah, you can call yourself whatever you want. We've always had the right to call ourselves, to rename ourselves all throughout the time we've been here. The issue is the vitriol. The issue is trying to denigrate other black groups. The issue is trying to separate yourself from the continent itself, from the culture that really is still in us, is still in our DNA, whether you like it or not. The other thing I want to say is, like, most of the times the FBA argument, the conversation, the discussion, it starts up saying we are here, we're doing this because we want to preserve our resources and we want to get reparations. My only problem with this is you cannot get reparations unless you're working on legislation. Being online all the time, only talking about some nasty immigrant that pissed you off, being online all the time and only talking about the Jamaican that did this or the Nigerian that did that, and you ain't talking about the legislation, you ain't talking about which representatives that you need to lobby and make phone calls and knock on doors and scream and go to their press conferences. You don't do none of that. All you do is say, we're going to get our reparations, and here's how we're going to do it. We're going to talk about the Jamaicans. We're going to talk about the Nigerians. We're going to talk about the Ghanaians. You will never get reparations if all you're doing is pointing fingers. And I don't care how many individuals are behaving in a bad way. There is just as many individuals in the so-called immigrant groups of black people that have negative opinions and views about black Americans as there are black Americans who have negative opinions and views about those black immigrant groups. But those black immigrant groups are still going to do what they need to do to get the bag. We are not doing what we need to do to get the bag. We say we want the bag, and then all we do is yell and create names to talk about people. That's what I want to say.
I agree 100% with the brother Shabazz. But I want to ask you, what is that crazy artwork behind you? What is that stuff?
That's a pictorial from the walls in Kemet.
The walls in Kemet. What you got to do with that, though? What that got to do with us?
Yo, look, we We are an African people. There is all kinds of research out there that shows that most everything in the civilized world got its start from ancient Egypt, from Kemet. So, there's all kinds of ways to debate it. But at the end of the day, I came up learning about Kemet. I came up learning through Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, Check onto Diop. So I'm always 10 toes down, starting with Kemet, and it runs all the way to West Africa, and then it came over here with us on the boats when when the white folks.
What is that thing you getting ready to put in his mouth? Look behind him. What is
That's
that?
the Ankh. That's the Ankh.
Oh, that's what that is?
That's the Ankh.
It says, give
Hey,
life,
hold on, Reggie. Brother, why you never come over here, man? This is where you supposed to be, bro.
Yo, no, for real. I watch your show a lot. I watch your show all the time. I don't always try to get on. I do more just watching and viewing, but I don't do a lot of the, like, I only do the shows like that. When you're doing Kemet, I'm there. I don't do the Hebrew stuff. I don't do the Christian stuff.
You got to come in when we doing the shows, like when we doing the Kemetic stuff, man.
I try to.
They already saying Kemet is dead. So you got to.
They say that mess. Kemet ain't never dead. If the Kemetic civilization already worked and did its magic for 3,000 years, it ain't gonna never die.
Do you know the Metal Netra?
I don't know. I can't read specific Metal Netra. No, I haven't gotten that far yet.
What it says, Reggie?
Come on our show.
What it say, Reggie?
So the part where he's giving life to the king, right?
Booty.
At the bottom it says, "Give life like Ra," right?
Right.
And so let me go. And so on this column right here, all the way to the right, the second column, right? It is this is the king, right? The king does have a Ra. I can't see all of it, but he's saying to his mother, right? So if I see the whole thing, I could put it in context. But the whole point that you're asking me about this is that we have to build skills. Right. We have to build skills. And what I find is people are talking, and like my brother Shabazz is saying, we're not building skills. We're asking all of these claims, but and Golo, see, now I got a team. And Golo could be on my team. Brother La, I don't know where he went. He could be on my team. Kojo could be on my team. And guess what, y'all? David Walker could be on my team.
Now, hold on, Reggie. Hold on, Reggie. I got to push back now, man. How can Brother La be on your team when he's talking about Allahu Akbar, brother?
Oh, because it's easy. Because
he's talking about Allahu Akbar, and he represents those who are trying to take Kemet from you.
Because he,
who's destroying Kemet? Who's chopping off the noses and stuff, brother?
Hey, Sir, he didn't even say my name, Sir.
Stop. You know how I would use Brother La?
How?
I would ask, so Brother Tariq Nasheed, you are delineated, Brother, but the name is Tariq Nasheed. Or you on your team.
Thank you.
It seems like you were something else. Now you're delineating. I know you got an answer for it, good brother. I know you delineating, but you ain't delineate your person, right? So I would use Brother La on Islam and on the Deen, right? And on the African Islam that obviously Tariq Nasheed borrowed that from, right? So there you go, sir.
All right, let me bring in Ron Darwin. Darwin. What's up, brother?
You muted, brother.
I'm muted. Yeah, go ahead.
So I've observed and heard what everybody had to say about this Commission and African stuff. And I'm here to post up in the back chat. I don't know if you can see it. It's a source from the 19th annual report of the Bureau of American Ethnology. And within this book, it talks about what Black Americans' culture truly is. And it ain't got nothing to do with African retentions or Kemet, none of that. So what it says on page 233 in chapter 3, it talks about Black Americans' continuity of culture. And it ain't got nothing to do with Abrahamic religions. It ain't got nothing to do with Kemet. It ain't got nothing to do with West African deities. From what James Mooney observed, because he's a cartographer and observing things from a first-hand account, he said maps. he says that Black Americans, and I quote, that we had our own deities over here. We had rabbit deities. We had hero gods. We had our own monsters and things of that nature. That's retentions in the American Indian paradigm that overlaps with each other. We had toad gods. We had frog gods, turtle gods, and all types of stuff.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, and it talks about how we were always practicing these things that's similar within Christianity, such as wade in the water, and that's overlapping into the Cherokee, for example. Priests would scar people's hands or scratch their hands with a tool, like a bone tooth comb or something like that. And Black Americans still practice those retentions within the church. So these are survival mechanisms that...
You don't know what you're talking about, do you, sir? You don't know what you're talking about.
These are survival mechanisms that were always with us. And the book also says that the blood of the Southern Negro is unquestionably Indian. So why would y'all give up your own elders, what they taught you, for this Freemasonic Divine Nine Garveyite stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you? And going back to the slavery days, many of these people that took on this Sankofa and African royalty stuff, they got it from white think tanks that didn't want you here because they were trying to eliminate Black people that already had indigenous ties. Like Paul.
Ask your brother if he's an FBA.
Give us one example.
Are you an FBA, brother? Are you an FBA?
I don't believe in that. I already clowned Tariq Nasheed on his
platform. Then get off the panel. Get off the panel.
It's all about your Pangufu.
No. We're not talking about what you're talking about. This is not an Abo channel.
But that's the thing.
But
that's
your leader, right? The Indian, right?
This is not the Abo channel, bro.
He's an Indian, is he not?
No.
Did we do your genealogy?
Hold on, Dr. Reggie. Let's hear a little bit.
Hey, nah, stop, for real.
He's off code.
Not a real person.
And Africanism is on trial because it's
not a real person.
Time out. Everybody time out. Y'all know I give everybody a little time to talk. He might come around. Let him finish.
The primary source that you can actually look up is from the Smithsonian. And white people already know they're slaves. They already document us heavily. It's just that y'all didn't read this stuff because at the time, Black folks weren't allowed to read these books.
All right, that's enough then.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's what you call a personality disorder.
That is crazy.
Yeah, let me get the Harwin in the building. Harwin gonna straighten all this mess out now.
Wait a minute, hey, Sir, can I speak?
Yeah, when Harwin is finished.
All right.
Hey, salute to the panel, man. Peace,
Sir. Peace, man.
I appreciate you having me on. Hey, I'm not gonna act like I know it all. And I want to see everybody else too, so take me off the big joint. Cause I want to see how people react to it and everything. I'm not gonna act like I know it all. This is a very nuanced conversation. And I would like to say, why can't we do both? In the sense that, yeah, I don't necessarily agree with Tariq Nasheed, but I don't necessarily agree with everything like an Elder Jabari say. But some things I can agree. Like I might not agree with everything that Tariq coming with, but I understand the delineation idea. At the same time, Brother Reggie is correct. He's correct. Delineation can cause separation. So I would like to say, why not do some syncretism? Like when you go back to ancient Kemet, there were more than one tribe there, but they come together as a conglomerate to create a civilization. So why can't we do the same? You know what I mean? Because it's hard to say that I'm from this tribe, I'm from that tribe, and then you got the brothers that will argue the term African, and then if you used to go and argue what our nationality is and use the word African, it can get real sticky because there's no ancient nation called Africa, even though I agree with that we're African though, colloquially. I agree with that term. I'm not against that. I'm pro-African. Don't get it twisted. But I'm talking about specificity of our nationhood. what will we do? Because the brother Ngolo, I ain't hear everything you said, bro, but I heard some of it. You got to break it down culture. And the main thing about culture is like, what is our language? That's the main thing in culture, or at least top 2 or 3. We can debate that, but whatever. So what will be our language? Because as a culture, FBAs, we don't have a language. We speak in English. Brothers that's in the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico speaking Spanish. Brothers that's in Brazil, a lot of us is in Brazil. They're speaking Portuguese. So yeah, we can delineate in the sense of acknowledging who we are as individuals living in America or individuals living in Brazil and that particular ethnic group or groups living in other islands. But at the end of the day, we're still African. So why can't we do kind of what Donna Kempavita? I'm not sure if y'all ever heard of Donna Kempavita. She was a queen of the Congo or the Bukongo. Let me be specific. And she uses syncretism. She didn't completely give up her ancient African customs. She can kind of marry them with Christianity. Now, I don't agree with Christianity. All I'm saying is us coming together is a lot more important than us. It seems like this is more dissension. And I don't think that's going to help us. That's just my 2 cents on that.
Big up, dude.
All right, so with that, okay, this is what I was going to say anyway in the beginning. I was going to say, because I looked up DNA and tribe, right? I was just doing a little research on both, and I asked, can the people have the same DNA and be of different tribes? Yes, people can have nearly identical DNA, but like you could be a Yoruba, this person could be a Dahomey, but y'all could be straight DNA brothers.
For sure.
So it's just a matter of how you get down, like a blood get down this way, a Crip get down that way. They still brothers at the end of the day. So African Americans get down this way, Jamaicans get down that way. We still brothers, but that's what we got to get as African Americans, how to get down together and become a political power on the political field so that we can make a difference in our house so that we can help another house. Like the great Buddhist teachings say, first take care of self, then immediate family, then community, then the world. We got to look at stuff in order. And as an African American unit, we got to do it as African Americans. We can't clean nobody else and talk about nobody else's house until we clean our own.
All right, let me bring on Apostle Saquon in the building. Hey, Apostle, I told you to get rid of that other one you got up on the screen. Unmute yourself, Apostle.
Hold on, man.
Yo, you got another one on the screen over there. Hit the 3 dots and just say delete. Hit the 3 dots on the other one.
Okay.
And just delete.
Right here. 3 dots.
Yeah, hit the 3 dots. The window gonna open up. And just say delete that.
Edit. They don't say delete. Edit.
What did it say?
Edit.
No, I'm saying the other one over there. Hit the other one. You got 2 faces on the screen.
Yeah. And one of them, okay. I'm going to remove it.
Hit the 3 dots.
I'm going to hit the 3 dots. That's
and
what
pops up.
It says edit name or headlines.
It say what?
Edit name and headline. Edit avatar. Stop mic.
All right. What's your question, brother, or statement? What you got?
Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind that we are owed and deserved as descendants of former slaves. We built this country, but I don't think it's never going to happen. They have an affinity for Black people in this country. They tolerate us, but they don't care about us. We're here, we forcing them to deal with us, damn near trying to make them accept us. And I think that's the mistake we made. Doing civil rights, we wanted to be equal with them rather than forcing them to see us as equals, but we don't necessarily have to join them, but we join them. And therefore, we have to accept the conditions that we're under. Instead of bettering ourselves, we allow coons in our neighborhood to set us up for the fall. That's my feeling, and that's how I feel. All due respect. Let me get rid of this thing.
All right, you done, Apostle?
Yeah.
All right, DJ Joker, what up, man? Go ahead.
Right on, brother. Appreciate it. Just want to hop back in and touch on a couple points. First of all, I don't think FBA, has ever been about denying, your African ancestry. If we all know history, then we understand what that story is. Brother Reggie was talking about something earlier, with all the African institutions and how everything was African. Although that is very true, once the slave trade ended, more things were kind of focused on the Negro slaves. African was kind of dropped out for a bit, when the laws and the Jim Crow and everything, and when we were working for patents and everything, it was all about the Negro, the Negro slave. And I think what we're missing is, the connection of those people to this country, is literally, again, the foundation, the industrial boom, all those things. And when we talked about culture, our culture, a big part of that culture is resistance. That's FBA culture. The ones who fought in all the wars, never surrendered, never gave up. We are literally the moral, really the moral fabric of what it means to be an American, here. Because the white man don't practice that, but we kind of more uphold that, which is why we're generous and nice. And we pointed out, my brother just talking about civil rights. We were the ones. It was the Negro slaves, again, fighting for those civil rights. And once we got that, I think there was a little bit confusion and distraction where everybody, they got interracial access. They got different things, they could go here. We're not segregated anymore. We can integrate in schools. And we kind of took our eye off the ball of getting the debt that is owed to us. Reparations is that debt that was promised to us, and what we will get. And so they weren't talking about anybody specifically but us. So I think that we're missing that point. And to hop on, this word tether, a perfect example, because it's been a little bit confusing about that, is a Kamala Harris, the cosplayer, who is not born from this soil, who says she's black, all these identity things, and then they get in power and don't do anything for you. Or the tether at work, or the collaborator with white supremacy. That is the cosplayer. And my brother said earlier, you can't be born of the soil and be a tether. You're a coon, you're a sellout, or the collaborator. So I think that those are things that became kind of like an on-code word for FBA. Hey, that's a tether. That's an op, how some of the young folks say, to recognize who is our enemy. And then we talked about policy, and we talked about ADOS a little bit. A lot of people are familiar, if you're not, with Yvette Carnell, American Descendants of Slavery. And I do like a lot of her points because she is more political with it. They are working on policy. They are doing things, within the government branches and try to pull it forward. Now, I don't agree with some of the silly stuff a brother was saying about how certain people speaking and hopping on and making the movement look silly. Well, it's just like anybody who learns something. They ready to pop their mouth off. And unfortunately, social media is an avenue for that. So you got a lot of silly people and infiltrators and everything we do, because everybody watches, what Black Americans do. Everybody copycats us, but we have not been able to receive our justice and our due. So it is important to specify what that lineage is, because we are different. We are ethnically different, and so I just wanted to drop those couple points in there, and I'll land my plane.
All right, Rebel Rasta, what up, man? Rebel Rasta.
For life, Yeah, bless up to everyone on the panel. Bless up to everyone listening. And I'm sorry, I get a bridging from Ghana to give you a masterpiece. So when I come off the line, I'm going to send it to you in a track. Bless up the host of consciousness, and I'm saying straight from Africa. Yeah. On a whimsical level again, don't you think that the Holy Ghost have an influence on your brethren, apostle? Because with that dark shades, when I see with that dark shades, I could only think about the Holy Ghost, and it was kind of funny to me personally, you know. So blessings to the Apostle same way. But the guy on the FBA panel, are you guys? Because I heard the guy with the Kemet background said something. He kind of jumped the line. So I would like anybody on the FBA panel would be like, hey, can you guys go through some legislative actions you guys taking, and which court are you addressing? Community court, world court? What court are you addressing with this matter? And what does that flag in the back of you represent? Like, you know, the whole color and the whole crescent and everything behind you. Yeah. Give thanks. Blessed love. Rastafari.
Peace.
All right, David, go ahead, explain.
So, big step happened in California. There's a bill that has that addresses the delineation, the importance of foundational Black Americans being identified specifically in an ethnic way, and not just under the broad description of African American. Right? If I'm not mistaken, is SB 115 and also an adjacent one, SB 118. Now you could look that up, but don't quote me. I'm in touch with some brothers and sisters out in California who were because they got a strong reparations task force out there, like real strong grassroots reparations task force out there. So that delineation bill is a prerequisite for the specification of a reparations and how they be allocated. As far as the flag behind me, this is the Black American Heritage Flag. It was created in 1967 by Melvin Charles and Gleason T. Jackson in New Jersey. Why is the name of the city? I know the city, but the city is slipping my mind for some reason. But anyway, it was in New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey. That's where it was, Newark, New Jersey. First put on display, and part of the reason why they created the flag is for a similar sentiment. People are delineating with regards to the RBG flag is specification, right? Because okay, the red, black, and green represents all Black people on the planet, and that's dope. It's no problem with a flag like that existing, but the problem is though, behind that flag, everybody else got their own flag except Black Americans. You know what I'm saying? So this is this was part of. So the red here, similar to the red, black and green. The color, two of the colors mean the same thing. So the red here represents the blood of our ancestors that was shed for freedom, justice, and equality. The black represents the pride in our pigment, and the reef here represents prosperity. The gold represents the richness of our history, and the sword, the blunted sword, represents the continued fight for freedom, justice, and equality. But if I may, I've been kind of waiting in the dugout. Hopefully, I answered your question to your
to an extent. So what differentiates you from the FBAA? And another one to put on it is that is the last one. What actually determines FBA? Because you got people who came from the Caribbean and all over the place who have been, you know what I'm saying, ingrained, because we all know, say, hey, from the slavery story and even before the Moors and so forth, who have navigated, and before Columbus and all these people that we want to claim that being here. How do we actually go around with a process and be like, do we do a DNA? Do we do like ethnic? Because it's so mixed up where United States is a melting pot of cultures everywhere you go. It's like you can't differentiate sometimes if this is a Latino versus a Persian person because the similarity in looks. So how you guys go around, because we all melanated, we all say we come from Africa, we got some African background. What differentiates you from an FBAA, and what is the test, the process you guys go to determine an FBA?
So real quick, when you say FBAA, I've never heard that before. What is FBAA?
Foundational Black African American. I mean, I not going with, I just going with the rhetoric, and I'm saying I'm riding the wave with everybody. I love the titles, but I don't ride with FBA. I don't ride with FBA, all of that stuff. I just ride with, we are melanated beings. We are energy beings, and you know what I'm saying? Let's just unite our energy. Stop all this division and stuff. So let me make you go on, because seeing that you don't know about it. So what is the process that
how do you determine whether
determines an FBA person from a normal African American or West Indian, or like, how do you just go around it? Yeah.
The accent.
Wait, one quick second. So Sarnetta, are you getting any cash apps, Sarnetta? Are we getting any likes for our show? Because see, the problem is, so the problem is when we go on these church revival FBA shows, they got 2,000 people on it and they never give no information. Right now, there's a few people giving information. There's David Walker over here. He's giving information. There's most of the people on this chat. Ngolo is giving information. How come the FBAs don't give you no information? When we talk about the African Union, the African Benevolent Society, that we call ourselves African, we get what we get. We get side talk, but they never deal with
All
that.
right. Hey, but hold up, Reggie. Yes, the family is blessing me with cash apps. I'm gonna read off their names in a minute, but thank y'all for those who came through and showed love and support.
So I can pick back up.
Yes, go ahead, brother.
Okay. It's real simple, right? It's rather simple. Before you even take a DNA test, which, you know, there's some people take umbrage with that, you know what I'm saying? Because you might take a DNA test over here and get one result. You might take a DNA test with another company and get a different one possibly. But if you want to find out whether or not you're a foundational Black American, the route I took, just simply asking your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if your grandparents are still around, where was your dad from? Where was your grandmother from? Or where was your grandfather from? Like, so on my dad's mother's side, I'm actually a descendant of Sally Hemings. You know what I'm saying? My bloodline goes back to the Monticello plantation. You know what I'm saying? On my mother's side, both sides really kind of come to the come in the same area. So it's Virginia, North, South Carolina, DC, Jersey. You know what I'm saying? But just by simply talking to your family, then you got other people who are like real astute about, you know, retrieving documents and things of that nature. Long story short, a foundational Black American is one that can trace their lineage here before 1865. You know what I'm saying? And it don't. And I want to be clear about something too. That don't make you better or worse than anybody else. It's just about, you know what I'm saying, putting, you know, things where they are supposed to go, you know. Yeah, it's just specificity is real important. And I've been meaning to say this for a second too. I wanted to respond to the what was said with regards to the zealous members of the delineation movement. And when I say the zealous members, I'm talking about, you know, those of us who, you know, will engage in the roasting, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Talking about somebody homeland or parents or things like that. You know what I'm saying? Pulling receipts on their coach and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You got people who are in the delineation movement who are real zealous. And unfortunately, some people catch strays. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, even though I don't engage in that, I don't stop it, and I can't stop it. And the reason being is because it's almost like knowing somebody that has been putting up with BS from somebody for a long time, and you know this person they don't bother nobody, but they've been letting it fester for a minute, and then it finally comes to a head, and that person is going off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you better not try to stop that person from snapping unless, you know, you catch some of that as well. Like, I can't stop my brothers and sisters from you know, expressing themselves. Now, the other piece about it is the gripe with Pan-Africanism and individuals in Pan-Africanism. It seems like people in the delineation movement, we are the only ones that y'all, and I have to say y'all with respect, it seems like we are the only ones that y'all wag y'all finger at and tell us to sit down and shut up. You know what I'm saying? But y'all don't respond to these people when they call us Akadas. Like, that is a name in West African culture that they have for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have these names for us in their culture. We don't have derogatory ethnic slurs for Africans in our
Yes,
culture.
we do. It's called African booty scratcher. Yes,
We call each other African booty scratcher.
No.
We say
Okay,
worse
but that
stuff
still
to each other.
applies, though,
Booty
bro.
scratcher, that's true.
That's like roasting is a part of our culture. We had to roast
So
each
they
other
roasting us too.
so we could deal with negative comments from racist white America. But see, if you're not from the culture, you ain't cut like that. You don't understand it. It's
All right,
But
all right.
that
Hold on,
don't make it
hold on,
like that's not
hold on, hold on.
constructive.
All right, hold on. I think I just tapped into the right audience. I got to get away from the raggedy people that just want to come and watch and don't want to support. I see this FBA, they come through and they support. Cash App, they support right here in the live chat. And I think I'm gonna have to move on over to the FBA. yeah, I gotta go over here to the FBA side. Y'all niggas over here don't
You know
be
what I'm saying?
love.
Come on, man.
I got way more love
Come on, man.
from the FBA crew for real. I gotta start promoting them and showing love over here, man. For real. I get more love
that's
from
what
the
we do.
FBA.
We show
Hold
love.
on.
You show us
I
love,
get
we show
more
you
love
love.
from
That's
the
what we asking
FBA
for.
crew. I got more love from the FBA crew than I had over here for all these years, man, in one goddamn day. Word, real talk. Real talk. And I've been up here for a long time just giving free information. And here's a brother right here. So, God damn it, I got to get on the clout tracing bandwagon today, boy. Y'all Negroes is bullshit. This is a business. And they coming through. So I want to say, the brother said, hello, sir. When are you going to have Tyreek on? Tyreek got me on hold. I spoke to the brother. He got me on hold right now. And as soon as he called me, we getting it in. I spoke to him yesterday. And right now, he got a lot of things going on. So hopefully by next week or by this weekend, I don't know. I'm gonna keep on hitting him up. By this weekend.
Tyreek is our brother. We just have some.
Come on, man. When Tyreek come to New York, who do we call, Reggie?
Tariq Nasheed, he our brother.
Who do he call when he come to New York, Reggie?
We call Tariq. He called Sarnetta.
He called Sarnetta. Yo, I'm in town, brother. And I'm like, brother, where you at? I'm coming there. I'll be there. So shout out to Tariq Nasheed, man. Goddamn.
I didn't interview brother Tariq. I don't have no problem. We can discuss things as men. The problem is, y'all don't like me to say the cubs or the babies. The problem is that the problem is y'all don't know what brothership is. Now, whatever conflict Professor Small has, he's older. He's an elder. So sometimes young people have to listen to him. Don't have to disagree. But what y'all did was y'all did psych ops. Y'all went into a video, pulled some stuff up there, and said FBA. Brother Small say FBA is FBA CIA. Y'all did that. So now the whole world is going to be questioning that. Y'all were off code by doing that, right? So I just want to push back on Brother David Walker. Brother David Walker, I told you that the elder David Walker said that we are sons of Africa. One of the conversations that you just said is that you went into some YouTube video about some stray African calling us names.
I ain't say that, but good.
Yeah, calling us.
Hey, Reggie, as soon as Tyreek tell me that I'm FBA, it's over, man. We promoting FBA, brother. That's right. Remember, Reggie, and I'm gonna keep it about. It's not about the money, for real. It's not about the money, because remember, it's not about the donations. No, it ain't about the donations. Hold on, Reggie. Remember, y'all was banging hard on the goddamn Indians, and y'all was going ham on them, including me, until I learned and found out that goddamn my grandfather was a Washington. And I learned that because of my mother, moving on to the ancestors. Hold up, Reggie. And ever since that day, I've been promoting the Washitans, the Indians. And so you can never say that to me. You know why?
Are you a Washita?
Yes, yes. And you know why you can't? And guess what? Guess what? They always say, show your DNA. And I got my DNA, and it tells you a Native American. It says it right there on my DNA.
Brother Reggie, that's why on your end, you can't completely push back on that because Tariq Nasheed be on that indigenous American aspect too.
Yeah, well, I'm going to deal with Sonetta.
So once I seen that, and I was like, wow, on my DNA, you know,
Sonetta, you run
Aboriginal American. Reggie, you can't tell me. You can't tell me that I don't have Indian in my family no more, brother.
Family, y'all, Sonetta just says, listen, if y'all want the FBA movement to succeed, listen, give Sonetta more cash apps.
No, sir. No, I'm keeping it buck. I'm keeping it 100. Yeah, that too.
David Walker, can you hear me?
Can you hear me, David? Give him a couple $100.
All right. So, David, I wanted to ask you.
Hold on, they still talking.
No,
hey, yo, Reggie. Once I found out that I'm FBA, it's on and popping, man. We're gonna move this movement, brother. We blowing this movement up. Okay. Hey, yo, hold on, Rakufa. All right, now check this out, yo. I was trying to look for it, but I couldn't find it. Have anybody seen? Just because there's no leadership amongst y'all that y'all think, other people steps up and become leaders. You know what I'm saying? Like me. If y'all would have did this in my younger days, I probably would have stepped up and made a movement out of the FBA and been the leader. There is leaders out there that runs their organizations on FBA. Go look it up. Find them. I was trying to look for it to show y'all the video. Guess what? They wear all black with red stripes. And they wear all black with red stripes, pants, bottom, and all of that. And there's one dude in the front like this with his hand up saying FBA. Representing
FBA.
Showing you that just because y'all may not be a leader, probably around his community, he's organized.
Well,
he organizes people. Trust me. Now that I said that, y'all might see it. Did anybody see that video? Did anybody see that video?
I ain't seen that. That's something to look into, though.
Sonetta, there's gonna be a power grab. Like, you know, you got ISUPK.
Yeah.
That they're the only real Hebrew Israelites. You're gonna have a group called the FBA Practical Knowledge. They're the only real FBA. So, but what I'm waiting,
you're gonna have a group called the real ISUPK soon.
Right. So now we're gonna have the real FBA, because a lot of people that's on this chat, they not real FBAs. They all over the place, right? They not on code. So we're looking forward to the people that are on code. Right.
Notice, I don't allow y'all to bang on the Indians no more, brother.
But you just, you just kick one off.
Hey, Sonetta, this for you. So listen, I don't have a problem with Sonetta. Y'all should support Sonetta because he was the beginner of all of these debates. But we want to debate. I just don't see anybody here that got points that they didn't already impeach themselves. So I want to deal with reparations. I want to deal with Brother La said on code and reparations. I want to deal with reparations because you just can't keep running around talking about reparations and don't know how to get reparations or have a plan.
They gotta have structure.
Right. Y'all
okay, so yeah.
Well, I'm not finished talking.
No, I know. I heard Suntan talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna land my plan. So the fact of the matter is, Sonetta, you already got Sonetta. Listen, wait, watch this. Sonetta is very fickle. If y'all don't give him no more $50, $20, he's gonna go back to Kemet and the Hebrews. So if y'all want Sonetta, and Sonetta needs some money because he might have to give Brother Tariq Nasheed some money, right? Because then everything's on the line. But he's our brother. I just disagree with him. But he wasn't the person.
Nah, Reggie, I can't let you get away with that.
What?
I gotta keep it a buck. Tariq Nasheed never charged me. Never.
Okay.
He never charged me.
I never said, but you always offer somebody when they come into your house, you buy
right. But Tariq never charged me though. So
you might want to take Tariq to dinner.
What you saying? I got what you're saying.
Yeah,
But
we
you
get
can't
it,
make
Reggie.
I think
I mean, but
Tyreek
what about the bullshit though? That's
one
the
time.
problem. We worrying about money and shit. He full of
Okay, hold
shit.
up, though. Hold up,
Hey,
hold
man,
up. I was about to make a. I didn't get to talk. We're gonna
no,
go
but
into
I'm
other
still
and other
All right,
different
talking.
all
stuff.
right. Yo,
I
yo,
don't
yo,
care.
yo. Stop, man. I gotta stop. Hold
Let
on.
me land my plane.
All right. For no, hold on. For brother Kudo, or whoever you are, brother, you damn right I'm worrying about a goddamn dollar. I got bills to pay, I got food to put on my table, and I got wives to take care of. I don't know about your life, but goddamn, I live in New York City where rent is sky high.
Hell
So
yeah.
don't let nobody bamboozle you where you ain't thinking about trying to make a dollar. I don't go to work for the white man, and I don't knock those who do.
Right.
But I know I get my money from right here where the people support me. You see what I'm saying? So don't listen to nobody that put you in that trick bag that make you think trying to make a dollar is not important. Don't do that. Don't do that. See, the white man know better than that, and we the only ones that try to do that. Get your money, get your paper, long as you're not killing nobody, robbing nobody, and stealing from nobody. Get your money, y'all. Don't listen to no Negroes that tell you that.
Fact.
So I'm saying to the platform, listen, you got $1, $5, $10. Either give it to his Cash App or super chat him. Because you know what? I'm a black nationalist. That's what I am. I'm not a Pan-Africanist. I'm a black nationalist, right? Malcolm was a black nationalism, but he did Pan-African work, right? But y'all misunderstand what we are saying. That is the problem. And a lot of us are older and we served. So we're giving you some pushback and some time to show some goddamn receipts.
Hey,
And,
Reggie, let me
but
say
if you
this.
pay
Hey, now hold up,
if you pay
Plantain.
Sarnetta, watch this. If you pay Sarnetta, look, Sarnetta running business.
No, stop saying that, Reggie. Chill, man. Chill. Stop saying that.
I'm joking.
Don't joke, because people gonna think that's all what I'm here for. I've been here.
Respectfully, Reggie, can you land your plane so I can talk?
I'm almost finished.
All right.
I've been here too long for to be, doing all that pace.
No, they already say that's what they already say until today. So now they supporting you. Before you are up. Now you support it. They support it.
Yeah, don't chill. Just move off.
Come on, I'm
Bro,
grown.
what you got?
I don't want people to think that's what I'm just trying to get from them. No, don't do that.
I'm not saying that. I'm talking, not you. If you say it, that's a different story. If I say it, what I want is I want the people to come to the channel, right? I want you. I don't want the cowards. The cowards in the chat saying all these type of things. You have your opportunity today, and we're gonna do another show. We're gonna do another show on FBA.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Raku get ready to bust out, man. Pause.
We're giving you some time to get your facts together. That's all we're doing.
Okay.
Because you're leaking. FBA. Okay, bye. You're leaking.
All right. Rakufu, go ahead, brother.
I just wanted to say the only pushback on FBA that I could see, because I believe we should have our own, everybody distinct. You got Yoruba, you got Ashanti, you got this, that, and the third. We African Americans, we're distinct people, we got Jamaicans. But I think we should be FBAA, because I believe if everybody that's under the FBA took a DNA test, the majority of their DNA is West African. So with that being said, foundational black African Americans is the exact people who we are. We're not just indigenous foundational black. No, we're more DNA in that group from Africa than anywhere.
All right, Pete. Hey, Si, let me say this real quick. Hey, Reggie, I want everybody to know this. For the last 6 years, y'all done stole Tariq's. He the one came out with laying your planes. I just had to say that.
Yeah. And you know what? And you know what I'd say?
What's that?
Tell them what I say. Nobody know what I say?
Yeah. You say, what'd you say? I forgot. So.
I say, park your car, brother. Park your car.
Right.
Park your car, bro.
Tariq came out with that.
And you know what else I say? That damn near everybody's saying it now.
What?
Listening is an art.
Yeah, but that's a fact.
Listening is an art.
That's fact.
And so now let me go to Brother La just came back in. Evidently, when La come back in, he got something to say, man. For real. Brother La, you got the floor, brother.
I basically just jumped back in to see if anybody was going to answer the question that I asked.
What was the question, bro?
Nobody wants to answer anything.
I wasn't
Structure
here for the
code.
question. Can I hear it?
I'm asking any representative from FBA to elaborate on code and show the difference, lineage between code and law. That's all I'm asking.
There ain't no difference.
Yeah,
It ain't no different, brother.
take
I
that.
can tell you that.
So,
yeah, this is,
can you hear me?
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not.
Okay,
This is
so
law is backed
the
up.
code. One of the brothers, he was here. He ain't here anymore. But as one of the brothers cited before, the code is rooted in. Okay, so
Nearly
Dr.
Fuller.
Neely Fuller, yes, you know what I'm saying. His compensatory code. You know what I'm saying, for how we should move.
Right.
Another part of the code though is just really in our nature as a people. Like just
Right.
generally speaking, like you already know, support each other. That's part of the code.
That's it.
But that
Don't sell
holds
each
no
other out.
merit in the court of law.
That's part of the code. You know what I'm saying? Like don't
That's
throw one another under the bus like that. Like that's like code enough in short. You know what I'm saying? If you want to put it in simple terms, and that's what we tend to not see from those outside of us, if you will.
Oh, you banged on Professor Small, right?
Say
You
what?
dry snitching. You banged on Professor Small. You're off code, right? You bang on other elders. You're off code, right? So then you pick a small population of Africans and you bring it to our public. How many Africans are there in the United States? How many? How many of us are? You said a lot. You're lying. How many? How many?
Hold on,
Africans
according to y'all or according to us?
No, according to the facts. How many Africans citizens are there in the United States?
And he means continental African.
That's correct.
Okay. Continental African. No, it's not a big number, right?
So why bang on them?
Say what?
Why bang on them?
Because out of that small number, just like us, just like we allegedly represent only 13% of the population, we a powerful force and we make a big difference, right? You know what I'm saying? Political parties say they can't win without us. Now, from among the immigrants who come, like I said, just because you represent a small part of the population, anybody who's qualified out of that small percentage of the population, you know what I'm saying, they can go to school, do whatever they got to do and run for political office, you know what I'm saying, and then end up undermining Black Americans and our needs and our issues.
Who's really undermining African Americans in this country? How many Latinos are there? How many Latinos? What's the population of Latinos in the United States?
I don't know the exact number. Tell me.
I know, 67 million. What's the population of African Americans in the United States?
Between 40 and 50 mil.
All right, fine. How many African immigrants are there in this country?
You said like 2 million earlier.
Okay, fine. How many Caribbean Americans are there in this country?
I don't know.
Okay, so about 12 million. So at the end of the day, so you got 67 million Latino population, and you got the 150 to 160 Europeans in here, right? So why bang on the small percentage of African immigrants and African residents, and bang on the small percentage of African Caribbeans, right? And not deal with the question that the Latinos are highly structured and they're eating our food block by block, moving us out. Aren't there more? How many African elected officials are there? How many Latino elected officials are there in Congress and in Congress? Right? They're eating our food block by block. I'm not wishing no hate. I'm just saying y'all misguided. Y'all leaking. Y'all not making no sense whatsoever. You complaining, crying, right? But they're out organizing because you know what they do? They do something that we don't do. They vote. You know what we do, right? We say, okay, we're not going to vote. Okay, we got Donald Trump. You happy? You happy about Donald Trump?
We voted for Donald Trump.
Y'all did that shit. Y'all did that. Y'all gave him the edge, right, and chose somebody who is the least of color. Maybe she ain't born here, but she did live with us. She did go to school, but y'all chose the white man. Y'all chose Donald Trump, the orange dude. So you don't feel no way about that.
Hey, Reggie,
No.
all due respect,
No.
who chose Donald Trump?
And I'm not being smart about it, but no, we don't feel any way about it. Because you want to know why we don't feel any way about it? Is because we told the Democrats. The Democrats have been they listen to us a lot. The DNC, they listen to us a lot on this internet and on the grassroots. We've been pumping hate crime legislation and reparations. We've been saying that. We've been talking about lineage specific issues. We've been telling them what we want. And this goes to show the power of Foundation of Black America. We've been telling them, and they thought we was playing. Pardon me. Well, they thought we was playing when we told them no tangibles, no vote. No tangibles, no vote. They thought we was playing when it came to that. Came election time, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, Kamala Harris, who's not from the lineage, but was playing in our face like she was, ended up getting smacked. And now everybody else is crying and crashing out and dealing with the aftermath of it. When we told you, we told you what it was. Now, mind you, even still, it was, what was it? 93% of Black women voted for Kamala, and it was like somewhere to the tune of around 78% of black men. Even still, they still, you know what I'm saying, showed that at the poll, but a lot of reports ended up coming back saying that there was a severe lack of participation in the voting process from the Black population. Right. And why didn't issues?
You don't get it. So
brothers, let me know what I can speak.
You gave the orange guy the win. Are we better off? He's not even thinking about us. He's cutting health care. He's cutting vital services.
Reggie, black man didn't give him the vote.
Right? I'm just saying, are you happy? Did you make a point? I just think your hatred caused our generations. You know how many black kids are trying to go to school? All of their grants are gone. African Americans. All of it. I'm not a fan of the Democratic Party, but a lot of black people, what you call foundational Black Americans, are in the Democratic Party. You say you told them, you on YouTube, you're not on no commissions. You just a lineage. You don't do no work. You got no receipts.
That's not true. That's not true. That's a generalization, Elder. That's a generalization.
No, it's not.
That's an extreme generalization. If I was able to, if I were to sit up here and say, you Black nationalists, you Pan-Africanists ain't outside doing nothing, and I base that on the ones that are only on the internet talking about it, you know that's disingenuous. So likewise, there's foundational Black Americans like myself. I mentor youth. I educate the youth to teach them leadership development. You know what I'm saying? And good citizenship and economic awareness. I'm an advocate for juvenile offenders. All right, I do this. I'm a drug abuse prevention specialist trying to get these vapes out of the kids' hands. You understand? So you're not talking to one of them with respect. But I just get upset when people say we're not doing nothing. No, we outside just don't focus on the ones that's on the internet.
Like you,
black men ain't vote them in, Reggie.
We disrespecting our women, right? There's a lot of things that we can do as black men, right? And we ain't doing it. Right?
Kind of going off on a tangent now.
All of that.
We kind of going in a different direction now.
David Walker, you ain't got a plan.
Just let me know when I can speak.
Okay, so like you got Nuri Muhammad there. I spoke with Nuri Muhammad, right? I speak with black leaders, right? I'm not talking about you so much, David Walker, but when you don't got a plan, you plan to fail. Show me your plan. Don't talk. Show me your goddamn plan.
Let me know when I can speak.
You muted, sir.
Everybody calm down. Let me let Brother La say. I got to bring in La when I see everybody going off. Because La going to bring it back to the, the peaceful state. Let me bring Brother La up in here, man.
I just wanted to come more so on what the brother was saying about culture, things of that nature. But what I want to say to you, gentlemen, is this. Morale does not hold any merit in the court of law.
So once again, speaking in regards to code, please tell me something that's going to compound more so on reparations financially towards black people.
Brother Law, can
I'll
I talk
wait.
with you?
Please, brother.
Nah. Finish what you were saying, brother. Come on, don't cut him off, man. Because
I
when you
thought he was
do that,
done. My bad. My
oh,
bad.
I didn't know that was you, Harwin. When you do that, people forget what they was going to say. But let
Oh,
them.
my fault, bro. I thought you was done. I didn't want you to go away.
Oh,
No, I'm not going anywhere at all. You say codes, you say law. I'm looking, I'm still waiting for case number so I can check on case laws, things of that nature.
Okay, it sound like we conflating here. So you were talking about like literal like court of law and stuff. When we talking about code, we talking about the code amongst ourselves, our code of conduct, if you will. We weren't talking about legislation and things like that. So maybe that's why that's why the answer didn't land. But I understand now though. But I'll be honest with you. This particular FBA, I'm not that astute in that department. Perhaps there's another one who could answer that, but I ain't about to sit up here in front like that's my lane.
all right. Let me move on over to go ahead, Harwin.
Brother Law, let's me and you have a little discussion. Because when they talk about culture, I always use the example of Jews because I don't understand how the FBA's how you going to get reparations without law. If you feel what I'm saying, Brother Law.
Indeed.
So if y'all goal is to get reparations, which it should be, and I'm with you on that. But again, according to the Geneva Convention, we all have a right to self-determination, self-autonomy, self-identity, and your culture. So your culture got a lot to do with that when it comes to international law. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brother Law.
I'm not speaking about morale, because that's
I'm
what
not
the
either.
conversation is going towards.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to talk about international law when you get reparations for crimes against humanity.
Indeed, brother.
Okay,
But
of
once
course.
again, that's something that's presented in front of the UN.
Right,
Okay.
right.
I'm with you,
So
brother.
when
I'm
you,
with you.
oh yeah, we can go back and forth. You ain't cutting me off because I want to talk with you. Because I think we on the same page. I may not know the law as good as you, but I know a lot about the Geneva Convention. When it comes to us as a people, we can't just come there as FBAs, bro, because that's not a term found in history. That's not a term connected to no land. And to N'Golo's point and my point earlier, bro, culture, we're using the word culture too frivolously. Too frivolously, because your culture connects you to your land, thus connects you to birthrights. That go back to law. Your culture is the language you speak, your marriage rights. Yeah, your code can deal with that, your religion, etc., etc. But you have to tie that in. So I use the Jews as an example. The Jews, even though we all disagree that they so-called Jews, they have a whole country, bro, based upon a biblical narrative, saying that these people, their language was reconstructed. Go ahead, Law.
I concur with everything you have said, brother.
Their
I
language was
concur with everything.
reconstructed. Their so-called Hebrew, by, if I'm not mistaken, Elijah ben Yahuda. Their culture was reconstructed. They practiced the culture. So us as FBAs, I agree, we have to have delineation between ourselves. I'm saying that, yo, we are different in this case that in the last 400, 500, 600 years, whatever year you want to use, there is some difference. But if we're going to go and get reparations, bro, it's bigger than just us in America, because how do you delineate between a Latino that is an FBA that have parents that are actually African that were transported from the Caribbean islands to America during slavery?
How's that
Harwin,
possible?
How do you delineate? It's impossible. So
Harwin,
again,
Harwin, what I would say is there's reparations on different front. We have lost federal reparations, Congress and Senate, which HR 40. They're not going to do anything about it. We lost a major case, the Pellman Farmer case, where Judge Posner said a harm to your ancestors is not a harm to you. And there's two other cases that cite that case. So we can't bring that into federal court. What we do have is local reparations. We have enough issues of damages, right, that we don't even have to go back to the slave trade. But the way we have to do it is to identify harm to us in the last 50 years, right? So and so there's a causal casual how can I say burden that we have to meet. We can show how they redlined us, how they moved populations, right, from place to place, how the equal protection law does not work at all, right? For our people, there's no protection that the federal government ever gave to us called equal protection in the law, that every time that we have a dispute, we have to go to court, but we don't have the money to go to court, right? So there's enough right now for the last 50 years that deals with you, right? The drugs, we got receipts on how the United States push drugs and guns in our community. We don't have to go back to our ancestors, right? And so the problem is that Harwin, to you, is that we need thinkers, we need writers, we need people that know law. We don't need people with social media putting up little chats and thinking that they're smart, right? And David Walker, listen, I think that you're a really bright dude, right? I do think that you're a really bright dude, but when you lay the facts, and then when we come to and we say, what do you know about law? But FBA is pushing reparations, and you're an FBA and you don't know too much about reparations, then we have to ask not you, because I think that you're bright. I have to ask a lot of the other, not Harwin, right? Not Harwin. I have to ask a lot of the rest of you, what is your plan for reparations? That's what law is saying. Reparations and code. You want to be on code, right? That's some street stuff and stuff that you borrowed from Neely Fuller, but you're using the street version. You're not using what our brother Neely Fuller said. What you're doing is you've been hijacking African American culture, right, from the people who built African American culture, but then you are outside of the process. You gave us Trump just because the woman, but look how many other people that we get besides her, right? You don't count all of the Latinos. You don't count Manjani or whatever his name is in New York City. He destroyed FBAs in New York City, right? By watch this, an immigrant population. They all voted for us, and we sat on our hands. Now we're locked out of the process.
So Reggie, you saying that?
Yo, hold on, brother. Hold on. I want everybody to pay close attention. I had to go into my archive now. This video that I'm about to play is like maybe 12, 15 years ago. I want y'all to listen to these words real good.
In Africa, you got the African Day Parade. You don't see the Africans. You got the
I'm interviewing Professor James Moss.
The festival that be going on in Brooklyn, the band festival, the African festivals. Where's the Africans at? When we doing our rallies and our marches, where's the Africans at on your side? Talk to us really about that, man.
See, let me tell you something. We think slavery in America was something. Slavery in Africa is still in force. You talking about deaf, blind, and dumb. Don't confuse you because somebody got on some printed cloth that's printed in Holland or India that you're looking at an African cultural expression. That's not an African cultural expression. That cloth was printed in a European country and then sold to Africans. And they've accepted that as their cloth. You understand what I'm saying? Just that piece. Now, they do speak the language, but they know less about their history than you and I do. So you've got a deaf, blind, dumb, backwards person speaking an African language, coming from the African country, came here to be a parasite on their own people with no respect for themselves as human beings. And then because they speak a language, try to play you off like they got something culturally that you don't have. The most culturally enforced African in the world is the African American. Most of the movements that have changed the world that allow all ethnic nations to profit has been our movement. And so we get peed on and played down because these people are so punked out and scared of the white man that they feel because they're scared of the white man, they got to be against us.
Are they our people, brother, or are we our own people now?
No, we got to understand two things. We have a race and then we have an ethnic place. We ethnically, we African Americans. Just like a guy from Africa, he can say he's African, but there's no country called African. He's either Nigerian, Ghanaian, Malian, or some, that's his ethnic nation. Racially, we are together, but economically, we may well be enemies. And we have to be clear on that. That our economic enemy is just that. And if you deal with your economic enemy like it's your friend, you're going to be the loser at the end of the day. Now, we raised the question of Pan-Africanism in this hemisphere. You know, we had the brothers from Trinidad, and then you had W.B. Du Bois, and we created this phenomena. But Africa has never created a Pan-African movement. You understand? Africa has never really supported a Pan-African movement. We had a couple of people in Nkrumah and Julius Nyerere and Mugabe, but most of Africa never gave a damn about a Pan-Africanism because they're still bogged down in the colonial slavery of European Judeo-Christian indoctrination, which is worse than anything that we've suffered. Worse than anything that we've suffered. The illusion of the clothes and the language make us think we're dealing with somebody that has some African purity culturally and spiritually. You're dealing with a confused, backwards Christian that love Europe more than they love their own ancestors. They would not even use an African word for God. You know, in Ghana, if you talk about being a traditional African, you might get beat down in the street. You understand? You're ostracized on the radio. Movies are made to show African culture as being the devil, while Christian culture is coming in as the savior. This is TV shows and on TV in Nigeria and Ghana every day.
God damn, what do y'all say? Who want to explain? What y'all say about that?
I mean, that's
Anybody?
I don't hear a contradiction.
Yeah, I know him best.
Hold on, and Ngolo had his hand up first. Go ahead, brother.
See, that what everything Professor Small said was facts, and people don't realize that the conversation be nuanced. Like when you go on the continent, bro, it's not nobody's saying when y'all be talking about this quote unquote Pan-Africanism, nobody's saying that there's no utopia or has ever been no utopia on the African continent. They currently right now, contemporary times, they not practicing their culture like that. They really trying to be European. So, but when it comes down to these conversations, it's like people just throw out any nuance in terms of they coming over here disparaging quote unquote Black Americans. I mean, you got to look at the mindset of the person that gets to come over here with a visa. They look down on their own village people. They look down like it's always going to be a stratification, a social stratification. We can't get caught up in the emotional. They call me this name, they call me that name, bro. You got to think strategically and politically, and that's what when y'all do use the uncode and y'all quote Neely Fuller, y'all do not comport yourselves in a manner in which Neely Fuller espoused. He is strategic. He is tactical. The conversations y'all have, he says that they're a waste of time. Verbatim. He says that 95% of the conversation that Black people have in America is about nonsense. And anytime you got a group of Black people coming together and conversing about something, 9 times out of 10 it's finna be about some nonsense. So like y'all, I mean, I ain't gonna say y'all, we gotta like actually implement the stuff that we quote unquote reading. It's not about coming on here and intellectually, I don't want to say that word. It's just intellectually just espousing, just to be espousing. Like if it's not functional, then what is the point? And when it comes to like culture, my aspect of culture, what I was saying earlier in regards to culture, it's like, bro, all right, so y'all bring up the hip hop, y'all bring up the dances, y'all bring up they trying to copy us. What I'm saying, compare that to the other people that are thriving within this country, within this nation, within this creation. They are utilizing culture in a functional manner. It's not about the ancillary things about culture. They're using culture in a functional manner to constructively gain power, gain economics, and gain standing within a specific country. It's not about all the stuff that we focus on, the little petty little dumb stuff, bro. If it's not a functional aspect of culture, let it go. Yeah. Like you brought up the term of joning. Like with the joning, that's nothing constructive that comes out of that stuff. Saying somebody you so black, that's a part of our culture. That's slave culture. There's nothing positive that's gonna come from that.
Its origin was positive.
You said what?
Its origin was positive because it was a survival mechanism.
But it's not.
But it's not culture.
Today, that's what I'm saying. The same with hip hop.
How is it not culture?
No, it's not functional and positive and constructive to our growth as a people, bro. And a lot of the stuff that we cling on to is not. And a lot of the stuff that we put to the forefront of our culture is not functional
It was
aspects of
functional
culture.
to our survival, and today is functional to our joy, because now today we do it lightheartedly.
Man,
We
no,
do
it
that
bro.
brings us
Not
joy.
against
Bro, that
They had a
stuff is
whole show.
that stuff
Hold on. They
is
had a whole
self-made,
show
bro.
on MTV where they took our culture and it was called Yo Mama, and they was capping back and forth, but it was all fun and joy.
Bro, that can be an aspect of culture, but that's not actual culture, bro.
That's part of the culture. That's
No.
part
There's
of the
nothing
culture.
constructive.
You don't take
There's
one
nothing
thing from a
constructive
culture and say that's the culture. It's part of it.
Brother,
telling somebody to
I
go back to
wanted to
Africa is repeating
respond.
white supremacist talking points.
I can't hear anybody.
I
Yeah,
said,
your mic, bro.
telling somebody to go back to Africa is repeating white supremacist talking points.
Okay.
When we say that to other black
Let me
people,
bring on
that's a
Richie.
white
Go ahead.
supremacist talking point. I mean, why can't? I mean, I get it. We should have solidarity amongst ourselves. We have a lot to be proud of, yada, yada, yada. But to say that you're a foundational Black American and you don't know our history, you should at least learn the history. You should at least be able to engage in the conversation with Reggie when he was talking about this past 50 years. You should be able to engage in that conversation to see exactly what the problem is. But just yelling, I want some money, and they need to go back to Africa is much deeper than that. And like the brother said, it's far more nuanced. Yeah, we crack, we joke. I mean, that's fun. But that ain't what we do when we attack other Black people. That's not what we do. And the minute someone disagrees, and this is what I would say, even about like the top tier people in your well, you don't like to say it's an organization. I don't know what else it is, but even in that organization, even amongst those people, it's always, as soon as I disagree, I'm a tether. You know, maybe I have a different opinion. Maybe I think something differently. I recognize that. I like the ADOS. I didn't like the chick, but I like what it means because we are American descendants of slavery, and that's something we need to face. And that's something that we're running away from when we call ourselves Indians. Despite the fact some of us have Indian ancestry, me included, my grandmother's Chickahominy Indian, no big deal. But that doesn't change shit about me being a nigga. Ain't no police ever said, hey, wait a minute, he might be an Indian. That's never happened. That's never happened, ever. And I don't expect it to. So no, we need to. If there's going to be some grassroots shit, it needs to be about a lot more than making fun of other people. It needs to be about a lot. Let's learn our history. Where are we from in the United States? What about our history do we know here? Where should every Black American have roots at? If we came from a place to a place, we don't even have to talk about Africa. Where are we from here? Because you're not from Mississippi. You're not from Detroit. You're not from New York. You're not. And if we're going to be a part of the foundation, at least we should be able to explain what that foundation is. But that's not what I see. All I see is a bunch of gusto and feel-good rhetoric. And we should feel good. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But we need to be adults about it. Let the children be cheerleaders. You're an adult. We need to be adults about it, brother. It's just that simple. You can't just, oh, well, they make jokes about us. It's 53 million of us. 53 million. And 2 million. I don't give a shit about them calling me a damn Akata. To hell with them if they got some shit to say about us. It's about us. I feel it. But we got to recognize that we're part of a global community. So we can't shit on the guy on our home. Ask your grandmother. No, take your ass to the library. Many of our grandmothers couldn't do. Your grandmother, take your ass to the library. Get on there and learn what makes you foundational. What is it that makes you part of this country? Where are your people from? Where are the Black people in this country from? Where are we from? What do we all have in common? And we do have a language. We do. We absolutely do. African American English is a language. It's not
bro.
anymore.
Yo, chill. All right.
But we don't embrace it. We don't embrace it. We're quick to say how proper we talk. Like John Henry Clark said. He said that a Black man without Muslim or Muslim, without Christian or Christian. And now we out white folk and white folk. Big up Virginia. And I ain't mean no harm, so I'll get your money, nigga. I always
I got you, brother.
I ain't mean no harm. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about these drifting ass bastards on goddamn social media.
You just gave me an
talking shit about my people. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about you.
I know.
We need you. We need you. You serve a purpose.
All right, hold on, everybody. Hold on. Hold on, let me take this time out to thank the brothers and sisters who came through for me today. I appreciate it. Dead Black, thank you, brother, for the support, for supporting the channel. Appreciate you. Gregory Spot, Divine Prospect, Musa Sana. Thank you, Musa Sana, sister. Yeah, look like a female. Thank you, sister. McCarr Williams, thank you. Thank you, Williams. You know who you are. Kevin Johnson, thank you, Kevin Johnson. Fred Shepard, I'm still looking for Brother Lai. I don't see him. Brother Lai don't never give Sakat. I'm not mad at you, Brother Lai. It's all right. You know, give it to the Arabs. I'm good. That was just a joke, Brother Lai. That was just a joke. All right. Malik Johns. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the donation. Thank you, my brother. Deuce Smith. Eric Truth. All right. Beth BETPL. Thank you. That's how y'all pronounce that. BETPL. D Money. Thank you, D Money. Demetrius. Thank you, brother Demetrius. Antonio Gross. Marcus Cole. D Money again. Thank you. Big Cuz. All right. Thank you. That's it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Somebody just came through. Dead Black. Yeah, I said that. All right. That was Dead Black.
Okay. Sonetta, I just want to make a few comments about.
And then I'm closing out, Reggie. I got 4 hours in, brother.
No, it's fine. It's real quick. Listen, we have lots of great teachers. Professor Smalls made a point at a particular time about something that was happening not all over, but particularly in Harlem. And he made some real good points. And though it seemed that he made some points about against the African population, right? Dr. John Henry Clark, right, who is our master teacher, talked about we should not be concerned about the plantation, right? We got dropped off, right? We're not special, but we're special, right? Because we learned some lessons here. The lessons that we have learned here, we should use those lessons. We've had some of the greatest leaders, right, in America, and we should follow those leaders. But what's happening now is we're not following those leaders, people who built America. And so my issue is I need to see receipts of actually people following what our great ancestors said, and actually some of the lessons of the day. This is still Minister Louis Farrakhan. I don't agree with everything he says, but he has a great organization, right? And there's other great organizations. You have to be organized. You can't be a motley crew, right? Social media and cash apps is for individual gain. It's not for our people, right? Organizations do things for our people. Don't you understand that? I don't want to see somebody in a fancy car. I want to see all of us being fed and housed. We can't do that with our organization. So those are my comments until the next show. And I'm saying to you young people, accept the fact that you're young, man. Accept the fact that you really didn't do what the people that you're talking about did. Accept the fact they died so that you could go to college. You're not going to college. They died so that you could vote. You're not voting, right? They died so that we could build better communities. We're the latest, greatest, high-tech version of our ancestors. And what are we doing as a group?
They died so we can read.
Our greatest contribution is if we can, in fact, understand what all of our great teachers said and build something. Because guess what? Last point. The European, he run the bakery. That's power. He'll put your rap music. He made money off your rap music. He made money off our jazz music. He makes money because he owns the ingredients of the bakery. The problem is social media hype does not equivalent to power. and law. Power. That's what we're forgetting. Power. We don't get power by just hating on people. We get power on something where everybody benefits, that, like the Free African Society, like the African Female Benevolent Society, like the African Humane Society, like the Free African Union, like the African Lodge. They did it so that we could, the African Society of Mutual Relief, they did it so that we can all benefit. I'm not looking for the next shiny thing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hate me or love me, I'm Brother Reggie.
Hey, Reggie. Can you hear me?
All right. I gotta say peace and blessings, everybody. Let me let Chad go. Chad wanted to say something real quick. And the reason I let Chad go, because Chad do support the channel. See, when I see people that support the channel, I can't not let them speak. I gotta bring them in. He supports the channel. Go ahead, brother.
For sure, man. I've been on you since high school. I just wanted to say this though, so I agree with everything y'all saying, especially the elders, even Brother Reggie. Like, for sure, I've been listening to Brother Reggie 10, 15 years. So I'm definitely with him. But I just think, bro, y'all got a bad taste in y'all mouth about us and the young generation. Like, y'all really, like, when I listen to some of y'all, like, even in Golo, like, sometimes I be like, do y'all even like niggas? Like, it seems like y'all like don't think we good or something like that. Like, bro, I'm down south, bro. I got a black county commissioner, black city council person, black mayor, black sheriff. Like, bro, we involved in the politics. We know what's going on. I went to college. I'm trying to get a master's right now. Like, you feel me? Like, we had all that stuff going on. And then as far as the culture piece, bro, Bugs Bunny come from Bruh Rabbit. That came from stories niggas was telling down south. Blue jeans. That used to be called nigga cloth. Now that's American culture, like blue jeans. Like, bro, we contribute the word tote, like a word that we used to say, toting that bag, toting that. Now that's a part of American Standard English. Like, bro, we contribute stuff to the country. We contribute stuff to the world. We ain't just a bunch of niggas rapping and janking on each other and all this stuff, bro. We having great stuff going on. Yeah, I just feel like, no disrespect, I just think some of y'all live up north, bro, and y'all really don't see a lot of like niggas shining. Like, niggas is a beautiful thing. But that's all I wanted to say, man.
We gotta shine as a whole, brother.
N-word. That's my point, bro.
All right, hold on. My sister, you see the one I got you up here on this right here. I'm sharing your comment. I got you on the big screen. You gotta stop running. We were supposed to do an interview. You gotta stop running. Indian woman. I'm an Indian too now. we Indians now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop running, sister. Come on and do this interview. All right. Let me go around real quick. I want everybody to get a minute, and then I'm gonna close this thing out. Go ahead and go low. Yeah, one more thing. Stop. David Walker, the sister's asking, do you have social media?
Yeah,
if
on
do,
TikTok. On TikTok, if you type in at King David the One, the handle was also KD1, and my Instagram is KD_1 official. I'm a rap artist as well, so that's.
Oh, you get it in. That's what's up. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, and if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll find a lot of my Pan-African stuff. I gotta update it with more videos. But like now, you'll see me out there with the youth.
Yeah, you
trying
to hide
look, I don't hide nothing. You know what I'm saying? I keep it raw. I want people to see the growth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, like back to the closeouts.
All right, go ahead, brother, and go low.
No, yeah, people like I love our people. You feel me? Like it's never that. I know our history to the T. That's why I know where we came from and how currently we falling. So it's not about the emotionalism. I look at what happened in the past, what's happening in contemporary times, and do an objective analysis. I'm not looking at it from an emotional self-esteem lens. When you do that, that's when you start to overlook certain things and certain aspects that are negative and positive that are currently within your culture, our culture. So I mean, it's not really a thing of trying to deter But we have to be honest, and that, in my opinion, us not being honest and us not taking an honest observation of where we're falling short is a huge problem, and why we're not making the proper prescriptions to where we can do something constructive and actually create our constructive communities again, on a general level, and not have pockets in certain silos. So I mean, yeah, with any culture, you're going to have negatives. With any culture, you're going to have positives. But again, it's about functional aspects of culture and implementing those to progress your people. That's all I got to say.
Harwin, you up next. Let's go, brother.
I'm gonna just piggyback off the brother with culture.
Veggie back, brother. Veggie back.
Okay, I'm
Gorilla
vegan
back.
too. I'm
Gorilla
out of
back.
pocket.
No,
I'm vegan
no
too. I'm
piggy,
out of
no
pocket.
piggy, brother. No piggy.
Silver
I'm
back.
out of
Gorilla
pocket.
back.
Yeah, let me go off the brother Ngolo. And not just, we got to understand, we have to reconstruct our culture and implement it. Because the things, young brother from the South, the things that we have added to America, whether if it's the light, the street lights, that's all around the world. Whether it's the doorknob, that's all around the world. Whether it's jeans, whether it's our slang, all of that, that shows our potential. But because we don't have our culture implemented and practicing it, we can't build our businesses. We don't have a nation to capitalize off these things that's stolen out of the patent office. We don't control our skill set with the music, whether if it's rap, rock and roll, whether if it's hip hop, whether if it's blues, etc., etc. We don't control it, so we don't make money, or we're not the dominant force making money off of it. They sending their kids to school off our money. They becoming billionaires off of our skill set. We're not controlling it. So to the brother that said we speak African American English, yes, we do, but that's because that's based off of the way we spoke our African, in some cases, Sanetta, our indigenous languages. That's what that's based off on. So the grammar and how we speak African American English, again, yes, it adds to the culture, and yes, they're gonna live off of us. We the energy. We the energy of the whole planet. But we have to be able to implement our culture, cultivate ourselves so we can live that way and function that way. Until we do that, we're not going to be nothing. Whether you vote for a Democrat, Reggie, or Republic, it don't matter. We got to come together, because the elder Cornel West ran, nobody voted for him. He was going to do something for us. That's how I'm going to leave it at that.
All right. Hey, Reggie, before I move to the next person, our sister would love to have a conversation with you, and I hope is all right. I hope you do have that conversation. She's very intelligent, and she go by the name of Sister Dots, and she would like to have that conversation with you, brother. Will you have a conversation with her? We can set that up.
Sure.
Okay, beautiful. That's what I'm talking about.
I need to know. She would love to have a conversation with Brother Reggie about, about what we just talked about today. Is she an FBA?
I don't know. No, well, we know she's native Indian. I guess she identifies as Indian.
Yeah, I can have a conversation, but I definitely need to know what her vantage point is. If so, that today's conversation is about FBA. If she's an FBA, that would be fine. And I just she'll just email you or put it in the chat what she wants to talk to me about. And I appreciate. I was talking to our sister Dots before, so that's not a problem.
Yeah. All right. King 24, you are absolutely correct. I got more donations on this topic than I got talking about the Israelites. You're right, brother. I agree. But anyway, let me move on over now.
So put up my Cash App, because I don't have a wrench. So put up my Cash App. I contributed a little.
Hey, I need my people, moderators. If you got my brother Dr. Reggie Cash App, throw that in there. Find that for me, and let's get Reggie Cash App in there.
Yeah, I just need a little lunch money tomorrow. I don't need dinner money, just some lunch money. It's $1, $5, whatever.
Okay, let's go right on over to Brother Richmond. What's up, brother? Close us out.
Big up Virginia. Yeah, I feel you. I appreciate you for letting me on. And again, I heard the dude, when you said the young guy, young brother. They said that about all of us when we were young, bro. I mean, don't get too frustrated in that. Because when I was young, they said that I came up in the 90s. I came up in the crack era. You know what I'm saying? So They said the same thing about us. So don't look at it like that. But we as young people, what I wish I would have done, to be quite honest, I wish I would have taken some of that criticism to heart, because that young shit is a blink of an eye, bro. 35 coming and 45 right there. I'm serious. And like the brother said, down here, we do got our own way of doing things. We got our own way of looking at the world and all that, and that's what permeates all over the world. And that's a beautiful thing. But we shouldn't let that turn into vanity. We should let it turn into pride. We should take pride in it without being vain. Being vainglorious is never, it never works. It never works, because you'll always end up trying to outdo yourself. And we are wholesome people. We're forgetting our humanity. That's one thing we had. That's one thing we didn't lose going through slavery. We never lost our humanity. We came out of that humans. And we need to study that. We need to study those slave communities, study that what we came out of, instead of ignoring it and try to cover it up with being some Indian or some bullshit like that. Because your black ass ain't no Indian. I had to say that. Big up Virginia. Thank you, Sonetta.
All right. Let's move on over to Rakufu. It's on you, brother.
All right, family. To the young brother that was speaking earlier about the word toad, I just wanted to iterate that the word toad is a West African possible Bantu word, which meant to carry. So yeah, I know it, and it said it first appeared through the South. So the South did, but don't forget your seed. It's just because you are a root of something, you know, roots come out of seeds, 360, right? So now I'm just saying, we got to keep our African connection, and I want y'all to know that, like the word the homie, you know, we all say that, and the brother from Virginia let you know that too. The South, the East, the West. I'm out here in Cali. I'm from Detroit. But I know people from everywhere, and everybody I know black, we do not say the homie. We say da homie. Hey, there go the homie. It's not a dumb way of saying homie. It's an accurate DA West Coast African dialect for TH, da. And it's a kingdom called da homie that a lot of us came out of. With that, peace to the homies.
All right. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right. Let's go. Who's next? Let's go to DJ Joker. DJ Joker, you on the call.
Right on, brother. Appreciate you. Again, my closing point is just with FBA, keep it focused on lineage. And something that we're missing is the census. If you're on the 1810, 1830, 1850 census, and you can see your family classified as Negro, they'll also show you who was enslaved, who was in the house, plantation. I'm from plantations on both of my family side. So I was able to find that. And real quick, I just want to point out, you know, the Trump thing. A lot of us just didn't vote because neither party, you know, it's like picking the two lesser evils. Neither party had anything for us. White supremacy up front, we either gonna confront that or we're gonna deal with the collaborate side, Kamala Harris, who only had LGBT and Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B for us. So we can't go for that. And the last thing I'll say is about being up north. I'm from St. Louis, but I live in Cleveland, Ohio. I've been here for 8 years, and I live in the historic neighborhood of the Huff community. And I actually serve as a steering committee member and a community liaison for the Cleveland Foundation. They're doing a big historic restoration over here. And what Brother Reggie was saying about redlining and things like that we can prove in the last 50 years, those are the things that we've covered. Those are the things we attacked here, boots on the ground. And it actually led to us opening up the first Black-owned brewery in Cleveland. And we opened up a lounge and studio club that was dedicated to the old Black Strip that was on Euclid that got closed down during the race riot. So I just want to let you know, some of the young brothers, we out here fighting, and peace and love to the family. Thank you. Blessings, Si.
All right. Thank you, brother. All right. Moving on over to my brother now, David Walker. Let's close us out.
All right. Brother DJ, man, you are in Cleveland. I'm here in Ohio too, man. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, man. We might have to link up sooner than later. But I'll close my statements by quoting Elijah Muhammad's teacher, Master Farah Muhammad. He said, "I can sit on top of the world and tell everyone that the most beautiful nation is in the wilderness of North America." He didn't say nobody else was beautiful, but he had a particular focus on us here. And he said the most beautiful nation is in the wilderness of North America. To my FBA family, and this goes to this applies to those who may not identify as, but if your bloodline goes back to the foundation of what is now called the United States of America, just know that you are a beautiful people. There's nothing culturally wrong with you. You don't have to adopt anything from anywhere across the water or anywhere else in the world. Just like Leroy in The Last Dragon, you go looking outside of yourself for everything, trying to find validation. Everything you need is in the mirror and it's in your bloodline. We got the most influential culture on the planet. We got the hardest fighters on the planet, not taking anything else away from anybody else, but you know, like you're gonna rep your home team the hardest. You know what I'm saying? And I believe, you know what I'm saying, we got a few Super Bowl rings under our belt, if you get that analogy. You know what I'm saying? So just know, have pride in yourself, love yourself, and just know it ain't nothing wrong with you. And I'll close out by saying, Bubble Cut Kak Papa Wacky Rut, a little Yako you. Peace.
Peace. Thank you. What that mean, brother?
I can't tell you. I can't say it publicly, but those who know.
All right, down. Now you down
So
with the
just to show that we do got a language, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so you down with the secret society movement, huh?
Yeah. Nah, that ain't FBA language. That's the language from our ancestors.
All right, Rastafari. Let's go, brother. Let's go. Close us out.
Yeah. So I going to push Marcus Garvey, you know, because Marcus Garvey is my forerunner for the Moors and, you know, for most of the American awakening, Martin Luther Jr., the whole Malcolm X, everybody, we all know. So when we're talking about the awakening, we know one of the person that really came and awake the people. So we're proud of Marcus Garvey. Bless up to the FBA brethren and everything. Bless up to you, sir. I send you that email for that track for that brethren so you can listen out the track. And I mean, a nice.
What is my email? So make sure you know. What is it?
Why be saw.net at Yahoo? You know,
all right, that's it. I want to make sure I get it, man.
Yeah, but just send it to you and listen to it because it's a nice mellow track and the guy going all the way to give you what you probably want. You know, it's a nice vibe. So
all right.
We put in the work. So one love to the brethren, one love to the house, and you don't know this is where we live, you know, Rastafari.
When did you send it?
I just sent like probably half an hour, 20 minutes ago.
Okay, and your email is what?
Daya Kareem 80.
Okay. Daya Kareem. I got it. I see it. Thank you, brother. I see it.
Yeah, listen it out. And I want you play it because I want a bridge into you. And I'm saying, he put in the work for you, yeah.
Yes, sir. I'll play it right now. When I'll play it. Hold on. I'll play it when let me get to my man first. Let me get to Suntan. Suntan, let's go.
Peace to the panel. Peace to everybody. My brother Reggie. Brother Reggie brings up one good point, and this is for everybody because it's coming from me too. You must be a student. You must learn about what you're trying to stand up for. You got to get educated in the law. You got to get educated in everything that will get you those reparations. You just got to know it because that's what our adversaries know. They know the law. They wrote the law. So you got it, and it's there in libraries for us to know it. Educate yourself. And don't worry about belittling nobody. Your education will belittle people. You know, do what you do, but you must educate yourself if you want to go out on this frontier because it's there. Just educate yourself without a long story driven out. And I couldn't hang around with my boy Tariq Rashid. I listened to him, but Sinat and them, we had a little something in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. It was a little something better going on that I was reaching out for. I wasn't reaching out for no reparations. I was trying to find my spiritual way. So that's how I moved away from Tariq to over here. So just stay educated. That's what I'm sure everybody's parents and everybody elders tell. Education, man, that's the best sword you can have. Trust me. Peace. Oh yeah, and I land with that. That's
Dr. Reggie, let's go.
That's Tariq's word. I'll land with that.
Okay, so I've spent 40 years in the Black movement. I have been trained by Professor Small, Dr. Leonard Jeffries, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Joseph Ben Jokanan. I have been trained. So you should listen to what Brother Suntan just said, right? And I've served, and I love my people. What you have to come through, what I came through, is if you think that you are right, you have to do it by action, not just by words, right? You have to serve your people. I've served my people. I've taken jobs just for Black people. I worked at the Schomburg Center for Research and Black Culture of the New York Public Library for 5 years, right? I served under a public defender's service for 16 and a half years, specializing in restorative justice for Black folks accused wrongly incarceration, and help those that actually did it and got them home. I've actually have boots on the ground. If you think the difference is, so I'm pretty well educated, and if you think that I'm wrong, then every time I come on, and Sarnetta knows, I'm going to bring facts. And I do love you, but I do think, but parents and uncles, they don't just say they love their children, they teach them how to survive, right? The love is when you survive. If you're not able to get through me, then you're just gonna have to do more work. And I'll just share you one thing, right? Here's my screen and I'll close, right? Sarnetta, can you share it? Great, share my screen. Okay, so I don't have to do anything more in life. I've raised a son. He's in a PhD program, right? But many of you should know that I am really a DC comic human hero, right? So there I go, Brother Reggie.
Can you blow that up a little bit?
I don't know if I can blow it up.
You don't know how to blow it up? I can, I got these perspectives, I can barely read it.
Yeah, that's basically it, right?
Okay.
So I'm a human superhero. A human hero, not a superhero, right? So even DC Comics, there goes your Brother Reggie on the front page of this particular comic, doing the work in the street, right? And noted, but I don't really need, I'll stop sharing the screen. I don't need DC Comics. What I do need you to watch shows like this and then communicate with us, push us back, say that we're wrong. Show us that we're wrong, but show us with receipts. Don't call us names like goofy and slow and talk about my speech. I have writing, right? Get through, Brother Reggie. I have been trained by the best. Now, that's a tall measure. I hear you, but show us, all we're asking for this generation, show us the receipts that you can stop killing each other, right? That you can take care of the elderly, right? And respect your elders, respect the young people, fight for them. Don't yell at me. Do the work. Thank you so much, Brother Sarnetta.
All right, new music from my man, Rebel Rastafari.
Hey, Reggie.
His people, new music.
Now from Cushan Daya from Ghana. Cushan Daya.
Yeah. I love it.
House of consciousness. This is the house of consciousness. This is the house of consciousness. The house of consciousness. DJ Sanetta is live on the streaming. So many backbiter keep fighting. DJ Sanetta keep moving. DJ Sanetta is live on the streaming. So many backbiter keep fighting. DJ Sanetta keep moving. Sanetta at the seat, him at the control. Check your mind and your soul. Sanetta at the seat, him at the control. Subconsciousness. consciousness. House of consciousness. This is the house of consciousness. This is the house of consciousness. The house of consciousness. House of consciousness. This is the house of consciousness. This is the house of consciousness. The house of consciousness. Senator at the seat, him at the control. Check your mind and your soul. Senator at the seat, him at the control. Control.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother, Rebel Rasta. Love it. Love it. Let them know. Thank you from the House of Consciousness. Tell them thank you. We love it.
Yeah.
Right. With that, peace and blessings, everybody. I'm gonna be rocking that now. I gotta rock that for a minute now. Peace and blessings, everybody.
Hey,
you already know Revelation gonna be mad. He gonna say, "Sir, I gotta make you another one, brother. I gotta make you a new one, sir." You know, hey, Revelation. Shout out to my man Revelation.
Blessing Revelation.
From Kia the trendsetter. You did it again, man. HOK female stamina. None of them can better than Sanita. Violate the general. End up in a blood clot funeral home. Anchor the AK Jabari got the chrome. Hector West the we sending them home. Regina the alley with a Cuban and a galley. Send you back on Nile Valley with a shot in your toe intellectually. How click the link if your scholarship stop him. Or just want make you cry with the truth. No lie, my youth him a really story. And 21 gun salute for commission. Not a brother a hustle a move like all left found the black woman not all like Dulce and the Yana for sister freedom. I don't hold panel, no one time for Bible thumping. The minute them see me come, revelation set. Frontier the trendsetter. None of them can mother than Sonetta. None of them can mother than Sonetta. Them got a podcast but saw better.
Coast to coast we be banging. Coast to coast we be bringing all this knowledge we be slanging. In the HOK we don't do no entertaining.
Speak the truth, speak the facts.
What the niggas just a layman. Better get on one accord. The future can be yours. Ancestors push you more. We gotta go explore the sciences and math. The future's based on class. You bout to catch my wrath. We turning up this track.
In the dark spots of the light.
The dark heart still fight. We gotta make this right. Talk right now. We learn how to stand up and stand proud. No man down. We fam now. House of the Conscious, my clan now.
Frontier the trendsetter. None of them can mother than Sonetta. None of them can mother than Sonetta. Them got a podcast but saw better.
When I look at you niggas, I see what I'm not. Go take him, a little bit of her, mix it with them, and put them in a pot. You still can't get none like me. It might sound the same, but it's unlikely. One white tee. If I lift it up, then you niggas gonna see what it gun might be. I thought I told ya. Afro Nation, Revelation, we some soldiers. Sonetta put this team together, now it's over. We got the weight of the world up on my shoulder. When you get conscious information, hearts turn colder. Now look at these trappers who rapping the same, so stuck in their lane, systemically, chemically. I'm thinking something is wrong with their brain. As long as they paid and for in the chain, I got nothing to say. They in love with the gang. I traded my gang for change, and now that I changed, a few things still say the same.
Frontier the trendsetter. None of them can mother than Sonetta. None of them can mother than Sonetta. Them got a podcast but saw better.
All right, peace and black power, everybody. We out of here. Peace. What you were saying, Harwin?
I was saying if I could talk to Reggie, you can end the show. I can talk him in the background.
Oh, nah, not right now, man. I got to take care of something. I got to take care of something. You ain't got Reggie's number?
Nah.
All right, I gotta call you. I gotta check it out. I gotta take this up, y'all.
I'd love to talk to you, Hall. I'd love to talk to you. Like your work.
All right, I gotta talk to you.
All right.
Peace. Yeah. Hey, Harwin, you want to give me your number? We offline. That way I could probably call you and call Reggie together and let y'all talk. Or is it private, which I got to talk about?